Welcome to the Manifestation Lab Q&A. I'm so excited to be here with you guys and answer all of your questions about the Manifestation Lab. You guys know you're in the course. It's 5 modules. Come here, Puffy. He's trying to manifest me playing with him. Manifestation is nothing but transmuting the energy, the quantum state of infinite potential into physical reality. Manifestation is turning who you are on the inside into the external reality that you are seeing. You are manifesting all of the time. It is a myth to believe that a manifestation is like, oh, the one thing I'm trying to manifest, right? Oh, I'm trying to manifest, hey, oh, I'm trying to manifest a partner. I'm trying to manifest a, I don't know, house. Like, your manifestation is not just like that one thing you're trying to manifest and that's it. Manifestation is complete and total reality creation. Manifestation, you are manifesting every second. What you are seeing in your reality right now, you manifested, okay? You are manifesting all of the time. And once you understand that the universe is totally malleable, everything is just vibration and frequency, everything is energy, it's not easier or harder for the universe to give you one single reality. They all just exist like songs on Spotify. It's just up to you to click the song that brings you the reality you want. Once you realize that, the universe is unlocked. And so this is all module 1 of my course, the Manifestation Lab. It's $555. Someone actually told me on Instagram, they DM'd me and they said they're very fascinated by the science of manifestation and they actually teach it in French in Brussels. And she was like, I still got so much from your course. Like, she teaches the science and she's like, there were so many gold nuggets all throughout. So for being like a short, actionable course, it is jam-packed with everything you need to know to make manifestation actually work for you. You guys know what manifesting is. You've tried it, you've seen success, but you've also seen failure. And it's because you don't have this repeatable method and this deeper, like, understanding of the science of manifestation. And the fun thing about it is it's such a work in progress. Like, I teach it, I know in my head the information, but the other half of the equation that we don't talk about nearly enough is the embodiment, right? It's the embodiment of the information. If you just know it in your head but never act on it, then it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't help, right? If you just know in your head, like, oh, I should work out, or I know you're supposed to work out, but you never do, like, your body's never going to get healthier. And manifestation is the same. Ooh, I love the quantum leap meditation. Oh my god, yes. If you go through the entire course, I always forget to say this part, even though it's like the best part of the course. In the entire Manifestation Lab course, when after you do every single module, like every single video and every single challenge, and there's only 5 and it's only 20 minutes each, so like it's very easy, you unlock 2 bonus meditations. One, quantum leap meditation, you become immersed in the vibration of your desire. So we just talked about how the universe is vibration and frequency. And in this meditation, I actually help you become immersed in that desire. And then the second one's a subliminal meditation, so you can listen in the background. I've been listening, like while you work or whatever. I've been listening to it as I sleep every night. So you unlock these. And these meditations alone are worth the $555 because they will help you manifest from your subconscious level. We need to embody. Like, it's one thing to know, okay, now you know, I just told you, the whole universe is vibration and frequency. That's what everything is. But if you're like most people, that's going to bring up a lot of questions at first. Like, what do you mean everything's vibration and frequency? Like, what do I do with that information? Yeah, okay, that's cool. And I kind of know that, but like, what do I do? And for me, what it means is you actually create your reality on every level. Like, you are a master creator. Every single reality you desire exists right now. You are your reality. The internal vibrations, the person you are on the inside, creates the reality that you are experiencing on the outside. And again, we can know this, but it's not until we embody it and we experiment with life and we try things and do things and we have situations arise for us and then we say, oh, who am I in the face of this? And when bad or challenging events happen to us, are we someone who blames the world and gives up and stomps our feet and throws a tantrum? Or are we someone who says, whoa, this is challenging. Who do I want to be in the face of this challenge? When something challenging hits, who would I be proud of to be? How can I make the most of this? How can I turn this into an opportunity to actually serve me? How can I look at this challenge right now and transmute it into a different story? And for me, when I know the science of manifestation, and when I know everything is a vibration and frequency, and one reality only manifests because of my attention on it, then it's very easy for me to simply turn my attention onto a different vibration and frequency. If I didn't know that everything is a vibration and frequency, I would think reality's so real, everything's so real and so serious, and there's no way out of it, and this is so disastrous, right? But now that I know everything's just energy, I'm like, well, then I'll just put my energy towards something different. Of course, easier said than done, but still. I actually I did a meditation this morning. I'll tell you guys the story. So I did a meditation this morning, and the past 2 days, so I'm going to launch a different course called Unlock the Universe. And it is my signature course. It is the most in-depth, like the best thing I've ever created. And I'm really excited to launch it because I know it's going to help so many people. The first time I launched it, it helped so many people inside the course. Like people, like one girl was like, I had literal like clinical depression and anxiety. I was on meds, and now I'm like skipping to work, like singing. Like she was like, her work was like a 40-minute walk in like Boston, and she's like, I literally like laugh on the street. Like I'm just so actually happy now. And there's no better gift. There's no better transformation I could ever give anyone. Like that is the greatest gift I could ever give anyone. And it's because of Unlock the Universe. And I know it's the best course I've ever made. Anyways, so I'm thinking about launching this course, and I'm getting like so stuck in my head about it, honestly, because I'm like, what's the best way to sell it? What's the best way to, how will I make people see the value? And I'm getting so stuck in my head. And if you know manifestation, you know what I'm doing wrong. I'm getting lost in the how. I'm worried about the how and not just vibrating in the end result. And if you've ever heard me teach, I always say, and this is true, you don't need to worry about the how. That's the universe's job. Your job is just to stay a vibrational match for the result. And in my meditation, I was like, I think my questions initially were like, how, right? How do I launch it? Because every time I thought about how to launch it, like I had plans, but something felt wrong. Like there was a weird resistance. And then in meditation, I just thought about the end result. Like I thought about me connecting to other people who this course was meant for, like actual, like a heart soul connection. And I was just like, oh my God, like, yeah, duh, what have I been doing? Why am I worried about the how? That literally doesn't matter. Like, I just need to be a vibrational match for people who want real change, people who are committed to change, people who love the science, who want to use the science to manifest better, people who, whatever, like, yeah, they're committed, they're all in, they're ready to actually make a difference and really quantum leap. Not people who their life is so bad and they're looking for a savior to like bring them out of their hole, but someone who's like, life is good and I'm ready for it to get even better. I want to unlock my power. I want to unlock the universe. Like that's who I'm looking for. And so I just held on to the vibration of like meeting those people, and I don't know where they'll come from. I don't know when they'll come, but my only job is to hold the vibration. And that's one thing we do very wrong in manifestation. That's one thing I literally still do wrong. I mean, I don't want to say wrong because like there's no wrong. Like it's just steps on the journey. It's just funny because even though I teach the science of manifestation, I embody it. I've worked through this kink on many different levels. Like, so many times I've held the vibration and not worried about the how, but like it's still such a human tendency, I think, to worry about the how. Well, if I want this result, I have to go work for it. Like, it's a natural, like, response, but it's not the response that's going to get us the result that we desire. The result we desire will come from holding the vibration, being a vibrational match, and that's it. It's the universe's job to figure out everything else. And when we feel desire on our hearts, then we take action on that desire, and then that is our roadmap. Like, that desire in our heart, like, is the roadmap to get the thing we want. So in launching this course, Unlock the Universe, which is coming up, what I did was I thought about everyone who I desired in the course, like these heart, like, this is how to manifest. And this is what happens in my membership, The Experiment, by the way. I walk you through, like, real time, like, how I'm manifesting, and I think it makes the results, like, so much more powerful because it's like, oh yeah, like, I see how you navigated that situation. But I held the vibration of, like, all these people joining this course. I locked in the vibration in my body of what it felt like to have these people in my world. And now, going forward, as I begin to launch this course, every time I feel that feeling in my body, I know that's the right action to take. And so from a business perspective, this is the worst launch ever because I don't really have any plans. But that's the fun of experimenting with the universe. I'm just going to vibe with it. And if 0 people join, then that was meant to be for some reason. I don't know. And if 1 million people join, then that was meant to be for some reason. I don't know. And it's not up to me to know. It's only up to me to hold the vibration of finding everyone who's a match. That's it. And, like, I think what we do wrong sometimes in our heads is, like, we pick an outcome that we think we want instead of just, like, totally flow with what our heart and our gut is telling us we should do, because it doesn't always feel like we want to do it, but it just feels more like, I know I have to. Does that make sense? It might not if you haven't practiced that. But when we so I have this program called Coherence. I guess I'm just, like, naming I live by my work, okay? All my programs are designed for a reason, so I just accidentally brought up, like, all of them. Like, this is all of them. Coherence is my last one. So well, not my last one, but in my program Coherence, it's about, like, becoming coherent to manifest your desires, but the first 2 modules are all about alignment, and then we manifest the typical way by saying affirmations or whatever. But the first 2 modules are only about aligning with your desires, because when we can align with the universe and become in a resonant frequency with the universe, we are communicating our desires to it, and it is communicating back to us. So we can get the highest level of information possible, and we can know what to do and how to do it and what we're supposed to do, and all of those answers to all of those questions that we ask when we are in resonant frequency with the universe. Here we go. A good question. I've recently gotten into Dispenza manifesting, but I feel like I'm struggling to maintain belief. Yeah, I hear you. I mean, that's, like, everyone's number one struggle, I think, maintaining belief. It's like, how do you hold... I asked the members of the experiment for, like, questions recently, and I was just like, what questions do you have? And, like, no guidance really, and almost every single person asked some version of, how do you hold the vibration when your manifestations aren't coming up, or how do you hold the vibration when negative things happen? It was all about, like, how do I maintain the belief, basically. And so that I want to like affirm and acknowledge like that is the hard part. How do you maintain belief? Like that maintaining belief is the key. And that's why, you know, when you're like, oh, I want to be like a mega billionaire, why aren't there many billion? If it was so easy to manifest, why aren't there many billionaires? Well, because people don't have the belief. They can't maintain the belief. So what do you do? Like your question, what do you do to maintain the belief? This can go many directions based on like your personal situation. But one thing I do is go because every time I go inwards, I can easily believe. And anytime I look outwards, then suddenly like the reality seems so real, even though I know it's not real, it seems so real. And then like I start losing my faith. And so I literally close my eyes. I literally like will close my eyes. Okay, and I dropped this like 90-minute video training in the experiment, which was really powerful about this manifestation story, and I kind of explained it there, but I close my eyes and focus on holding the vibration of the thing I want. Like I remember the vibration of the thing I want in my body, and internally I feel it. I connect to like my guides, a higher power, the universe, whatever. Like I connect so I remember I'm not alone. I feel the vibrations like connecting like to things beyond my body. And I think of the thing I want, my manifestations, and I remember it has to work out. And I hold that vibration internally because that's where I can hold it. And so when I find myself losing faith, internally, I turn inwards. I close my eyes. And then if I open my eyes and it's still not working, I close my eyes and go inwards again and again and again until I start to actually see a shift. And then along that note, okay, so then like when I open my eyes, because we do have to like navigate real reality, right? I immerse myself in media and actual things that prove to me. Well, I guess this is a two-part answer. I immerse myself in media, people, things that prove to me that I get to have what I want. So I quit my corporate job when I was like 25 after like 3 years in corporate, and I worked really, really hard for quitting. I put myself in a situation, whatever. The point is, before I was able to quit, I had to break a lot of limiting beliefs around quitting. I didn't believe I could quit. I thought I'd have to work in a corporate job forever, but I really wanted to quit. And all day, I just listened to podcasts of like business owners. And it would be the podcast would be like how to go from 7 figures to 8 figures in business. Meanwhile, I hadn't even started a business. So was the information always relevant to me? No. But it immersed myself in like that became my world. Those people became my world. And in my mind, now everyone was business owners. Everyone was 8-figure business owners. In my mind, everyone ran a business. It would be weird not to. In my mind, like I changed what I believe to be possible by continuously like changing what realities I was soaking in. And then the second part of that is like also look for proof in your outer reality of the thing you want. So whatever you desire, like let's say you desire a lot of money and you just don't have a lot of money, whatever the vague a lot of money means to you, look around, and anytime you see money or money come in, like that's proof that you get to have money. One thing I even do is like if I start to feel like lack mindset, I'll literally like look outside, like I'm looking out my window right now, and I'll start counting like the leaves on the trees, or it's winter now, so like the branches on the trees, like 1, 2, 3, 4, and like you get tired real quick because there's just like so many leaves, so many branches, and that's abundance. Or I'll look on the grass on the ground and count the abundance. There's snow on the ground, count the snowflakes. That's abundance, right? And it will remind me like, oh my God, there's literally abundance anywhere I look. There's abundance everywhere I look, and it reaffirms my beliefs to me. So I'm always looking for proof. I'm always changing my surroundings so I'm immersed in a vibrational environment that matches the vibration I want to be at, because we are like living, breathing feedback systems. So when we immerse ourselves vibrationally in the reality we want, we begin emanating that vibration, and your internal reality is your outer reality, and eventually all those things you believe will be true, like, will be true when you immerse yourself at that level. Okay, drop more questions below. I love that. Thank you so much. Yay, glad it helped. In my experience, manifestations that worked have always been subliminal. Like, it takes for it to happen for me to realize that I manifested it. Yeah. Thanks. I'm glad you like them. I'll post this one to YouTube. How do you maintain the high vibration when it drops? Oh, this is another thing we talked about in the experiment too. That was a question a lot of people asked. The answer is high vibration does not mean happy per se. High vibration doesn't mean like joyful, positive, oh my god, everything's working out for me, yay, 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 I'm so happy, I can't stop smiling. Like, that's not what high vibration means necessarily. Sometimes it feels like that, and that time feels awesome, right? But it doesn't always, you can not feel like that and still be in a high vibration. I used to always use this example in my teachings. I know for a fact this is in the Mindset Magic Month course that I have, but have you ever seen The Last Dance, the Netflix documentary with Michael Jordan? Obviously, he's the best. Okay? He's the best at basketball of all time. The GOAT, as they say. And he's not happy. He's not happy or nice or all these spiritual things, but he's very driven and he's very focused. And when you hear him talk, Michael Jordan was never not going to be the best. His high vibration wasn't how you think of it as like happy rainbows, la la la, it's all working out for me, da 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 da. His high vibration was, I'm the best. I will be the best. I work the hardest. I am the best. When you hear him talk, there's no chance he was ever not going to be the best. Tom Brady also sounds like this. Their vibration just is. It's like determination, neutral, like knowing. It's a feeling of like drive, decision, and it's done. There's none of this guesswork. There's none of this, what if it doesn't work? Like, what if I'm not the best? Like, if you watch that documentary, Michael Jordan, there was no doubt. That's the key. There was no, oh, like what? You know what I mean? Okay, so when you say like, what do I do when the vibration drops? What I'm trying to say is, one, just because your mood drops, or just because you feel a little more sad, or just because you have doubts floating around in your head that particular day, it doesn't necessarily mean your entire vibration dropped. You could still be a vibrational match for the thing you want. It would be so silly to think as humans we have to be happy all of the time to manifest everything we want, and the second we're not happy, we destroy all our manifestations. That's definitely not true. If you want abundance, think about whoever you think in your mind of like a rich person. Think of all of them. They're not happy all of the time. Think about the show Succession. Those people are not happy. No one on that show has ever smiled. They have lots of stress, real stress, but they're very rich. So, your mood does not correlate with being a vibrational match for the thing you want. Your vibration, so mood doesn't matter. It's better to be in a positive mood, but that's like for your own sake and whatever. The point is, your vibration only drops when you get filled with doubt. Hey Carla, welcome. When you are filled with doubt and when you don't believe you can have the thing and you don't have a full knowing, that's when your vibration drops. Not when you have doubt thoughts in your mind, like, yeah, not when you have a few doubt thoughts in your mind, but when your gut is like, this isn't going to work, like, that's when your vibration drops, and that's when you need to work on holding the vibration. So anyways, so how do you hold the vibration and not let it drop? You decide on your outcome. Find an anchor that helps you, like, know that your success is inevitable. Find an anchor somewhere. I started using synchronicities like crazy. If you're in the experiment, I feel like every like third training is some synchronicity story. And I was actually leaving not even a training, I was just answering someone's question, and then like real time out loud, I noticed the synchronicity. And so that was probably a very chaotic training, but it was a cool moment for me on the inside. But I started using synchronicities to hold my belief. And even if they're fake, even if I made up the synchronicities in my head and they were no indication of anything, I use them as an anchor of that this has to happen. Like, I need my, I don't know, $1 million year, whatever, because, and then like some synchronicity happen that like helps anchor it in for me. If you're in the experiment, you can think of a few, and you listen to the trainings, like you can think of a few examples where I did that, and 100% of the time the thing has worked out. 100%. Because it only depends on your decision of the thing working. So if you decide it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. And you have to decide it and believe it with 100% certainty. Also, one nuance onto that is like, it's helpful first to get into alignment, because it won't work if you just like decide random things in your head. Like, you're always going to have doubt. Like, if in your mind you think like, I'm just gonna be so sure that I'm gonna, I don't know, like something trivial, and you make it up in your mind, it's not really gonna hold the power as when it's in full alignment with your being, your purpose, your soul. And you'll feel the difference as you practice this. So that's what I have to say about holding the vibration. And it really, the last thing I'll say is it really takes experimentation. In the experiment, I remind people to experiment probably every day, but it really requires that. Like, to hold the vibration, you're going to have to live life and say, and practice alignment. Is this for me? Is this for me? What does it feel like in my body? What does this feel like in my body? What does this feel like in my body? Practice the iterations to really like niche down your purpose until you know what it is. And then you'll feel that knowing. And then now that you know the knowing, anything that's not the knowing, you'll know that's false and not meant for you. And then like, it's much easier to hold the vibration because now you know and you have the knowing. And so like, but you only get there through experimenting and doing a bunch of things that aren't your purpose. So like, really experimenting is the key to holding your vibration, because you will never falter once you're like positive, once you actually are in alignment and like almost like lock in with your purpose. Let me see. Oh, but I see. But sometimes triggers get personal when people say something mean and the vibration drops. Yeah, people can knock you out, and I definitely experienced this before. Like, you know, as someone who posts like on social media, like anyone could hop on this live. Like, anyone can comment on my videos. You know what I mean? And people are mean on TikTok. Very mean. And this used to really like knock me out of alignment. But now I just feel so clear with my purpose. And because before I didn't have the clarity. I felt the excitement and the desire, and I liked what I was doing, and I could tell I was on to something, but I didn't have quite as clear of a knowing that this is my purpose as I do now. And I feel like I needed those comments. Looking back, they knocked me out of my manifesting, like for real. They did, because I would take what they said I knew they were trolls sometimes. I knew blah, blah, blah. I know they're just projecting, but it still hurts. And I used to try to not let them bother me, but ultimately they would bother me. And I could catch myself like changing my content, like having them in the back of my mind. And I actually have a story I'm going to post soon about like the worst client I ever had. I already shared that person shared about that in the experiment a while back. I don't remember when, but a while back. If you guys remember that story, I don't know if anyone listened, but there was one like worst client ever, and they were so mean to me, and I let them affect my decisions, and now I look back like I would never do that again because I just have so much more power and clarity and like who I am. Like their opinion like literally wouldn't matter. I regret losing my manifestation energy. You literally get a few moments of that feeling. I know what you are saying. That feeling is very joyful, but you are manifesting all of the time. So you never lose your manifestation energy. Life force is manifestation energy. Your life force animates reality into existence as it is right now. Your life force is what animates reality into existence. Without your life force, everything's just in its quantum state and it's nothing. So you are manifesting all of the time, even if you don't feel like it. Experimenters all here. Hey. See, like, I don't know if you guys caught this, but like, they know each other. Like, you know what I mean? Like, Carla, Charlie, I see you. Like, they're like, oh, hey. Like, they, like, the experiment truly is a community. Like, it is a group of people who know each other and experiment together. And I already said this, but I'm so proud of how cool everyone is. Everyone's just really cool. Everyone's so open minded and vulnerable and strong. And I think every one does a great job of like asking a question or sharing something that happened to them, but remaining like strong and positive, and everyone just cheers them on. And it's such a powerful group of belonging. So this is an example. Like they like what other group do you just like recognize the other people elsewhere and are like friends? I don't know. Not to out you guys, but you're cool. Okay. I love the cold feeling in the chest. It's so powerful, but I hate the warmth, empowering feeling. Okay. Cool. This is what comes up for me. Just chase the feeling you like. If you like that feeling and you feel it, do more of that stuff. Also, I invite you to accept all feelings and remove the word hate. I know you know. I feel like a like grammar police type person, but like because I know you're just sharing. I don't mean this in a negative way, but like the more you can like accept all feelings, even the worst ones, just recognize them like as feeling, as being like a part of life, your whole life unlocks. But yeah, like chase, like the more you feel close to like those feelings you like that is your roadmap to like figure out your purpose, figure out your aligned manifestations. What helped? I'm like going in the I don't know if there's more. I'm like behind a little. So, what helped you the most with your manifestations? For me, it was learning the science and experimenting. So, learning the science helped me give legitimacy to manifestation. The number one thing that will like stop your manifestation is doubt. And the number one thing that will like help your manifestations, the things you want to happen, is belief. If you believe you can have it, you will. If you don't believe you can have it, you won't. It's that simple and literal. And before I knew about the science of manifestation, like manifesting, affirmations, like spirituality, it seemed fun and cool, but I didn't believe in it. Like I didn't really believe. I always had doubt. And so therefore, my manifesting was random. Like sometimes it works, sometimes it didn't. Most of the time it didn't when I was trying to like force it. And once I understood the science behind it, I gained a lot more belief in the process, and I was able to see a lot more things come true for me. And then experimenting, because I looked for, like, I would, get aligned, understand what I want, look for proof that it has to happen for me and can happen for me, and ignore anything that doesn't affirm what I want to believe to be true, and try things out in the world, experiment, like go try things and do things, and then notice, oh, this is what happens when I do this. Oh, this is what happens when I do this. It's how the experimentation propels your manifestation forward, because everything's only vibration and frequency. And when you're in a state of indecision or inaction, you're not taking actions on your manifestation, then no action can happen for you. Like, that's how literal our universe is. So even if you keep taking actions, but they're messy, they're wrong, they're trial and error, like, yeah, but the fact of you keep taking quick, decisive actions, the universe will meet you with that same energy with results. The universe can't take action for you unless you take action for it. And every action you take, the manifestation feedback loop, like, you experience something, okay? And then you have a reaction. And then you take an action based on your reaction. And then action causes a new experience. And if you want this perfect experience, first of all, there is none. So the reaction is actually the true manifestation. The reaction is the manifestation, not the experience. But if you want this magical experience and you just sit in your room all the time and like dream about it, your thoughts have power, but nothing can happen if you don't take action towards it. So this experience can never happen. And then, like, let's say one day you just take like one action. Okay, good. It's like doing one workout. Like, that's good. But like, you get the result when you do like a lot of workouts. And in terms of the universe, you're putting that energy forward. When you take action, especially the bigger the action, the scarier the action, the more you take action, the more you're saying to the universe, I believe in you. I believe you're going to make this work for me. I believe my success is inevitable. I'm a person who's going to work with you and make this happen. Let's do this. I participate in life. So the more you're taking actions, the more those are the vibrations you're giving off, and you receive more of that back, literally. And it's like, what's a good example? It's like, when you keep doing this loop, taking more actions leads to more experiences. You're almost like forcing the universe to give you the experience you want. Whereas if you barely take action, then you, like, what are the chances the two experiences you generate are going to be the ones you want? Whereas if you keep taking actions and you try and try and try, it's like practice, you'll get better and better and better, and then your manifestations will work much smoother. You'll gain confidence, all of the things. Okay, I'm looking at your questions. How did you block your energy from mean people triggering you? I'll give you this tip. One thing I used to do, actually, and I kind of forgot about this, and then like I realized I've been actually doing it all these years. I just used to like consciously do it years ago. I pictured myself like a cylinder, like if my whole body was like a cylinder of bright light, like bright light, like the sun. Okay, so light it's impenetrable. No one can get through the armor because it's so thick. I also pictured actual armor, by the way. So it was more like a vibrational thing than the visual might not make sense, but I was like armor and pure light, and I was so strong in my light that nothing could penetrate it. So I was so strong in my being, so strong in my light, I would just like close my eyes and like vibrate in this energy of just being a strong light force. And I would picture things like trying to get in, but they would just burn up or bounce off. And I am the light. I'm always the light. When I did ayahuasca, and I'm fighting all these demons, that was what the facilitator told me to repeat. I am the light. So no matter what, I always have the power. I am the light. And now, I'm still human. It's comments get to you. And the other thing is massive acceptance. I say this every day in the experiment too. Massive acceptance. It's okay to feel hurt by someone's mean comment. Okay? It's okay. And you get to just hold yourself and be hurt by it. And then understand, well, I'm the light. And did I do anything wrong? No. And was it a good idea? Yeah. And is it probably just them projecting? Yes. And you'll notice yourself shift out quicker and quicker and quicker. Oh, Shalinia, hey. Cost of your program? The experiments I assume you're talking about is only $11. So no brainer. If you're liking this conversation and you want to be in the group, Shalinia's in the experiment too. Everyone's here. Woo! Party. It's only $11. So join. $11 a month. But it's easy cancel and easy join again. And it's more than worth it. I think what the group gives, or one of my intentions, is true belonging. I want a safe space where you come to share what's going on, to be a better manifester, to discuss ideas that are fun, to ask questions about things going on in your life, to share wins, all of it. I want it to be a safe space for all of it. And I think that's what we have. And so for $11, no brainer, I think. The key to your manifestations coming true is belief that it's going to happen and staying a vibrational match for the result. Whatever the result you want is, stay a vibrational match for that. You don't need to worry about the how. And when you feel desire in your heart to take a certain action, take it. Leap quickly. When you feel excited, do that. Don't think about how it's illogical. Don't think about how it's not rational. Just do the action, because that's what the universe will reward. And not worry about the plan and the daily actions planned out weeks in advance and stuff like that. Not that that's what your question was, but just saying, because I know that's something we all do and something I do still by accident. And then I have to pop myself back and be no, I don't need to worry about the how. I only need to focus on being a vibrational match for the result. That's it. And I close my eyes and just picture being a vibrational match. I'm joining the experiment. Yay, it's so good. You're gonna love it. It is literally the place of belonging. It is, you'll fit in. If you like this conversation, you'll fit in. Discipline is my struggle point. Interesting. That's okay. I don't think we need, I don't know. What about it? I feel to manifest, you're manifesting everything all of the time. And discipline has value. What you'll quickly learn is everything is true. Everything in the universe is true. Everything is a paradox. There's truth to everything. And one truth is massive acceptance is the key to being happy and then manifesting. Massive acceptance. And I think sometimes discipline, although powerful and it's good to have some discipline, I think sometimes if you're because your phrase is discipline is my struggle point, it's good to have structure and things you do, but the point is to be a vibrational match and then go with the flow too. So I would say just accept that about yourself. If you know discipline, whatever that means, is don't define it as a struggle point. Use it as a way to work with you. Okay, so I've always known I can't do things I don't want to do. I cannot do them. It causes me physical pain. And so I could say discipline is my struggle point in that aspect. I could say working a corporate job is a struggle point, but I don't. I say I am a leader. I lead the pack. I'm a vibrational match for carving my own path. And I think that people will follow because they want that too. And so I'm just going to do it. Right? Like I reframe it. Like I would never say like I struggle. Like I wouldn't say I struggle with that, even though maybe I do. But like I don't. I redefined a whole life that works for me. I knew I hated like the corporate life structure. And so I redefined a life where I didn't have to work in that because that's just not meant for me. It's meant for other people. And good on them. And not me. And I go through periods where I'm like, okay, I feel really productive and I'm going to do this, 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 this. And I have a whole schedule and it works out for a while. And then I have other periods where I wake up and I just love like floating with wherever the day goes, wherever inspiration takes me. And that's good too. And so I invite you to redefine, making your life, I make my life work for me. I left a 90-minute video training in the experiment. So it's January 8th, and I've already left almost 4 hours worth of trainings in the experiment. It's $11. It's a no-brainer to just join right now. It's $11 for the month. So like this is just the beginning. We still have like 3/4 of the month left or whatever. But I left a 90-minute video training of this epic manifestation story, the most emotionally intense thing I've ever been through. And you have like those videos are so good in my opinion. But I wanted to wait, what was your comment? Why did I say that? I just got so excited about my own thing. Oh yeah, it's because in those videos I talk a lot about connection with my guides. I'm like, oh, I was talking to my guides. I had trust in my guides. But me, for a long time, I was a super skeptic. And anytime people would be like, I talked to my guides, I'm like, oh Jesus. Or I called on my angels and I'm like, what even is that? So like now I have the belief and I do really feel connected to something, but I know when I say it, like it wouldn't have made sense to past me. And so I don't know. All I can share is where I'm at. But that's like what I love about the experiment. It's just a giant experiment. We just all experiment with life and experimenting over and over and over and trying to talk. Everyone keeps talking about these spirit guides, and I tried probably like 1,000 times before I ever felt like a connection. Those videos are awesome. Yay, I'm so glad you love them. Good. Me and you love them. At least that's 2 people. I think, yeah, so I left these 90-minute, like, I wanted, in my mind, it was going to be like a 30-minute video, but it ended up being a 90-minute 4-part video because I just couldn't cut anything out because I wanted to walk you through the manifestation process. I wanted to walk you through what feelings come over me, what doubts come in my head, and how I manifest anyway. Because throughout the process, I had doubts, lots of them, but I held on to the vibration anyway. And so that, I think those videos are worth the experiment. A month in the experiment alone. I'm excited to be joining a community of like-minded people. I only have one person in real life that is into it. Yes, exactly. Like, I don't even know people in my real... One puzzling thing for my whole life is like, nobody in my real life, none of my friends ever asked me any questions about improving their lives. 0. They never ask. And I know it's because like they see me in like a different light, but I'm like, hello, you have the manifesting scientist at your disposal all weekend. You're wasting this opportunity. But yeah, they don't care. They don't care about. And I'm talking like my college friends, not like friends I meet as adults. Like they love this stuff. Like there are people out there in real life who do love this, but it's much easier to find people online. But it's not even that easy to find people online because like the other person was kind of saying like I feel like spirituality is just so like personal, right? It's going to be personal for everyone, and it's so hard to find people who are like on the same vibration as you. Like I was a huge skeptic and I could never find skeptics. I always found all these people who are so deep into it and they're like, all my angels like gave me all these downloads every second. And I'm like, what? And I'm thankful for those people because they were expanders for me. Like they showed me what's possible. And I'm like, are all these people crazy? Or is there something legitimate to this? And so they expanded me. But if I had found a community of like skeptics experimenting, trying to figure it out, look, my cat. Like if I had found a community like this, I would have joined in a heartbeat. And I still never found one, so I just created it. Oh my god, this is the best moment of my life. Hi, baby. Hello. Hey, Steph. We have a bunch of our higher selves from different dimensions watching over us. Ooh, interesting perspective. I like that. One thing I'm gonna be exploring a lot this year. Oh my god, do you see my cat like crawling? Oh. Wait. Is that not the cutest thing you ever saw? He never does this.